animals and the planet are suffering for our good looks, and it needs to stop. Doing their part to inspire a kinder beauty industry are Toni Brockhoven from Beauty Without Cruelty and Toni Brockhoven Woolworths Technical Beauty Manager. Welcome, ladies. Thank you so much for coming through to our loft. Now,
Thank you for having us in the loft.
I know, it's fabulous. And we all have such gorgeous makeup on. But I want to know, what are the principles to start off with for Beauty Without Cruelty?
Beauty Without Cruelty believes that we can look good, we can smell good, we can have clean homes without blistering, blinding and poisoning animals. And we'll discuss a little bit more of that later. But we believe in the idea that we do not need to exploit animals for any reason whatsoever. But particularly when it comes to our vanity, animals shouldn't have to suffer.
Absolutely.
And it is quite possible to live a really kind, compassionate life and look totally fabulous at the same time.
Exactly. Now, obviously, this has come to light in recent years with Facebook and also a lot of celebrities lending their voice to this cause.
Correct.
But, I mean, how as we, as regular people, how do we know if something is tested by animals or tested using animals?
The easiest thing to do is to look for humaneguide.co.za, and that will give you a list of brands that has been approved by Beauty Without Cruelty as proving, or where brands have proven that they do not animal test. It's one thing to say that we don't animal test. It's one thing to say this product hasn't been animal tested. It's not what you say. It's what you prove.
Okay.
And given that a number of brands have actually fraudulently used our logo, even though there is no cost involved ever to any company or the public for the use of the guide or to be audited or approved, it's completely inexcusable. But the upside of that, it shows that the approval of Beauty Without Cruelty as an endorsement has value, both to companies and the public at large.
And it's obviously not being policed, but you are watching. You are taking a good control of it.
Yes, we do. And more and more companies are coming to us and saying, please will you, and there's a specific process they have to follow. And once they are approved, they do have permission, after a signed agreement, to use the Beauty Without Cruelty logo.
Okay.
But again, just to clarify, it's not what a label says, because there are dozens of bunnies out there, and sadly, companies can and do lie in various ways.
All right. Now, one company that we know isn't that. Woolies has taken quite a firm stance on standing by the principles of Beauty Without Cruelty. But what are the alternatives? How do we know then that when we do use certain products, it's not going to be harmful to our skin or hair, or, you know, if a child is going to eat it, ingest it?
Okay, the first thing to do is actually read the ingredient list on the back of pack. That's one of the most important things. So the things to look out for are common things, just top of mind, and there's many others. Formaldehyde is the famous one that recently came in the spotlight due to the Brazilian sort of blow wave and so forth. Formaldehyde is a well-known preservative. All right, it's normally used to inhibit the growth of bacteria in your formulation, but we also know it's a well-known carcinogen. Very important that it can cause skin allergies. So one needs to read at the back of the pack to ensure that it doesn't contain that. Yeah.
And doesn't a carcinogen ultimately cause cancer? I mean, hasn't that recently been proven?
Correct. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. The other thing is a common ingredient is toluene. Toluene is used in nail polish or nail varnish as a solvent. So we know toluene again causes a lot of respiratory illnesses and, you know, issues with breathing and so forth, and skin allergies. Yeah. So to look out for these ingredients, it's very important to read back of pack. Okay,
and I agree with you. But to be honest, when I'm rushing through that shopping centre, the last thing that I'm going to do is go through and look for those ingredients. And how can, I mean, if you're not that socially aware of what's going on, and if you don't know all of these names, then how can you be sure that you're not damaging, A, animals, and B, the environment?
Yeah. So the first thing, as Toni mentioned, is looking at the Humane Guide, and the Humane Guide will give you a good guideline as to what to look for. Not always should you look at the logo, the bunny logo, as Toni rightly pointed out, some companies could use it in the incorrect way and not be endorsed by Beauty Without Cruelty. So Humane Guide for one, and the other is actually, unfortunately, you have to do some research. Okay, you're spending good money, rands on your product. You should know that you're spending the rands on the right company that believes in the right thing.
Exactly. Toni, for example, what would the perfect world of our beauty industry look like? I mean, what would be your... I know, because she walked into our makeup room and said to the makeup artist, are these products tested on animals? The makeup artist just stood there like that. So what is a perfect world of our beauty industry?
The perfect world is I would be out of a job.
Well, that's nice.
No,
are you ready to
seriously.
retire?
No. In a perfect world, we would be able to buy cosmetics, personal care, and I have to just step in here and say that cosmetics and personal care is not limited to women. Men wash their hair, they wear aftershave, they use deodorant, they clean their teeth, and so on. So this is as important for men as it is for women. And what we say is beauty without cruelty means living without cruelty. So we can all make decisions and choices, and it really is as easy as having the Humane Guide. There are plenty of non-animal methods of testing to ensure that what you're using is safe for you. Exactly. Besides the ingredients specifically, as Deshi's pointed out. But we still need to make sure that things are safe, as you asked earlier. And there are several non-animal methods available. So why use something where archaic, outdated, cruel, unnecessary and ineffective tests have been done?
Agreed.
You know.
So it's not just about makeup, it's also cleaning products and all of that. So moral of the story is to look out for the bunny on the packaging.
Is to use the Humane Guide, and the beauty of it is that you can download it onto your phone so that you've always got it on hand, and the logos are on there. So if in doubt, just check the guide or shop at Woolworths.
Toni, Deshi, thank you so much for coming through to us, and we love the work that Beauty Without Cruelty is doing. Thank you very much for coming through. Now, they say beauty is only skin deep, but actually the consequences reach far deeper than that. If we all do our part and think greener, the planet will be a happier, kinder place to live.